Hello and welcome to Skills to Pay the Bills. I'm your host, Tia Young, and we have a fantastic show for you today. We're going to be focusing on the real secrets of money, but from the perspective of recruiting. I have with me today my guest, Ms. Donna Johnson Burks. And Donna has been a guest on the show before, and we're so delighted that she was able to join us today. Hello, Donna. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. How have you been since the last time you were here?
Oh, awesome.
Good.
It's been great. Thank you so much for having me back again.
Very good. Well, Donna is the regional manager for First Financial, actually regional marketing manager for First Financial Security. And she is our subject matter expert today on recruiting. As you know, so many people have lost jobs. We're coming up with creative ways on finding employment, and many people are looking at some of the industries that maybe before they hadn't thought about. The government is downsizing, the postal service is downsizing, you know, just about everybody is downsizing. So First Financial Security has some great opportunities for men and women, and we want to share some of that with you today. So Donna, you're at the management level for First Financial Security. Can you tell us, why you joined the organization and how you got to the rank that you are now?
Okay. Yes, I joined the organization because I was looking for something different. I still had a job, but I was looking for an opportunity where I can make extra income on the side. And First Financial, at first when I heard about it, I was like everybody else. I'm like, nah, I don't know, about that. But I had to go do my due diligence, and I found that it's a very good company with a great mission in helping others. Mm-hmm. And so I joined the organization because, again, we bring great products to consumers, and we're helping to educate and inform them. Mm-hmm. And I love to teach, and I love to help others, so it was a great fit for me. And, of course, you get to make money while you do it.
That's right. That is right.
Yes.
Donna, tell me, if you can, because you've been in the business now, what, about 4 years that you've been in the business. Can you recollect any of the experiences that you had as a brand new recruit? What was it like to be, first of all, how were you recruited? How were you recruited, and what do you recall some of the experiences?
I was recruited by a friend. She happened to have a coworker that was in the business, mm-hmm. and she overheard him talking on the phone, and she asked what he did, and so she brought me to the meeting and said, hey, I want you to check this out. And it's a little overwhelming in the beginning. I mean, it's a lot of information. It sounded great. I remember getting excited going, wow, this is really good. This is really cool. People know about this. But as far as a new recruit, to answer your question, it's a lot of information. It's exciting, but it's a little overwhelming like anything, because anytime you have a career path,
right,
your career change.
You got a learning curve.
Yes, you
do have a learning curve, and yes, especially if this was a discipline that you are unfamiliar with.
Exactly.
So you were like chartering unfamiliar territory.
Exactly.
I was. How old does one have to be to become an agent?
18.
18 years old. Oh,
18 years old.
All right, that's good. Has the training changed from the time that you came on board 4 years ago?
Yes, it has. It's changed because FFS as an agency is growing, and our team up in the Northern Virginia area is growing. And mm-hmm. I have become one of the training coordinators for the team. And so I have a lot of other great leaders that help me do training. Mm-hmm. And so we've developed training, but we do it, and technology has made a difference. So we do it in multiple ways. We have webinars that folks can listen. Yep. Yeah. So they can stay at home in the comfort of their home and they can listen. We have meetings during the week that we train. We do one-on-one trainings with new recruits as well.
Right.
So there's a big team that can help out.
And you have an awesome website. I've had the occasion to go on the website, and the website is awesome. I think that's really good. Now, when you mentioned recruiting you said in the Northern Virginia area, can you recruit nationally, or is it just in this area that you're able?
There is no territories with this business.
Really?
You're an independent contractor, and so right now it's the U.S. We can recruit in all 50 states and in the territories. So it's the field is wide open.
So let's say that you get a new recruit, Donna, and what is the track? They come on board. does it take them years before they're at the management level? And when they are at that level, are they on their own? I mean, are they looked at as, okay, you're a business owner, you've got your own team now, so go for it? Or is there help all the way through?
There is help all the way through.
That's good.
And the other part to the question is yes and no, because it's a two-part. Once you get to regional marketing director, based on your team, you can have your own office. You can open your office and you can run with that, or you can stay tied into the bigger team as well. So, but as far as brain freeze,
so you can stay tied into the bigger team. When you say the bigger team, now I know that we have had Executive Field Chairman Shirley Liu on the show, and so she's got a big team. So
yep.
Is it like you're a part of her team,
yes.
and then you can spin off from that team,
yes.
but yet you're still connected?
Yes.
How does that work?
The way that it works is that because, let me think of this as a corporation.
Okay.
So if you're a corporation and you have the chairman, right,
Right.
of the company, and
Right.
you have multiple VPs that are running different departments and different regions, per se, or different regional directors, we're the same thing. So Shirley is always there for us, so we can always stay tied into her and get her assistance.
Okay.
And she is over the organization. But if your team has grown to, 200 people, and you can't fit in the same office
Right,
space anymore.
right,
So
that's right.
you can branch out and you're your own team. And so it's great that way. And as far as the question you had asked me earlier about how long does it take, that was the yes and no question. Is it fast? Is it not so fast? Part of that reason is because it depends on the individual. We
Yeah.
provide the opportunity, but the individual is the one that determines where they want to go with this, with the business. It's no different than if I opened up a store on the street.
Right.
If I decide I want to show up, at noon every day, then
Right,
I'm
your
not going to have much
business.
of a business. Yeah, exactly. So, but you can move very fast.
So it
Yes.
depends on the person, because some people
Yes.
may only need maybe a supplemental income.
Exactly.
They may only need to supplement their income for a few $100s
Yeah.
a month, so they wouldn't put as much time in it as someone who really wants to make a career out of that.
Exactly, and you
That's
know what? And that is perfectly fine because there are no quotas. I know there are, other companies that they have a quota, and it's if you don't meet this, then we can't have you around. But that's not the case with First Financial. It is your business. Everybody's idea of wealth or what they need is different. And so we're just here to provide you, as the pastor said this morning, it's kind of like getting you to the land of hope.
Right.
We provide the hope. We provide the opportunity for the change.
Wow, that
Yes.
seems exciting. Now, I know a lot of viewers may be asking themselves, well, is this a pure multi-marketing organization? Because in some organizations, multi-level marketing has gotten a bad rep.
Yes.
But I've had people come on from First Financial Security, and it really sounds like this is something different. It sounds like you don't have a glass ceiling.
Exactly.
Many multi-level organizations, there's a glass ceiling, and you can never go higher than the person that brought you in. This sounds like a different concept. Can you speak a little bit to that?
It is different. So let's say in this case, you were the one that brought me in, Tia.
Right.
Okay, so I'm on your team, and you have a lot of things going on in life, and you're busy, and you're not working the business. Well, in that case, but I'm really gung-ho, and I'm out there doing it, you cannot hold me back. I am still going to get promoted. I determine my promotions. It's not like that's the difference.
Wow.
I get promoted as soon as I meet the criteria, and so it makes it. It's very good because it's not like when you're sitting in a regular job, you don't get promoted until your boss decides that you
That's
deserve
true.
to get promoted.
Right.
Well, here you promote yourself.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
which
is
is nice.
a big difference. That is a
Yes.
very big difference. Donna, what type of training programs do you offer? Because I know I've heard people say that they've gone into organizations that were somewhat set up like First Financial Security, and then they kind of get there, and then they don't have anybody there to track them, to take them to different tracks. So what kind of training programs do you have? Do they have to go out of the Virginia area to be trained, or are they trained right here locally? How does that work?
For the training, once you become an agent, we have training in the office. There is preset courses, there's established courses through the state that when you're becoming an agent that you need to go through if you have a pre-licensed state. But for once you're an agent, we have training in-house, and it's free. All the training is free.
Since good, that's good to know.
It is. It's very good, and it's structured. And plus, you have all the companies that we work with. You know, most of them have been around for many, many years, if not hundreds of years. They have their own training. There's webinars online at midnight. You can go on there and watch a webinar at your convenience. And again, so we're there. We give them the resources, and we teach them how to fish. You know, we don't want to take them fishing every time, but we do want to give them the resources and teach them how to fish, so they can move on.
That sounds really exciting. Donna, we have just a couple of minutes before we take a station break, but before that happens, I want you to tell our viewing audience how they can get in contact with you.
Okay. You can contact me at my Google number at 571-488-1419, or my old name, donnajohnson.ffs@gmail.com.
Okay, very good. That's very good. You know, the other thing that I was going to ask you is, as I said earlier, I met Shirley Liu several times here. What is the relationship with Shirley? How does she fit in? Does she involve herself in the training, or is that something that she just kind of delegates to the managers?
Shirley does both. So that's the beauty of it. She is a do-it-first leader, and so she gets in there with us, and she will teach some of the advanced training.
Just like the ever-ready battery.
Exactly.
Ever-ready bunny battery.
Shirley's everywhere. So, and then also we develop our own training among the directors, and we as a team will present that training to the new agents and the other ranks.
To everybody.
Not lower ranks, but other ranks, yeah.
That's good. Well, I'm just curious, how many are in your downline now? I mean, are you spreading about Virginia? Are you in other states? Or how is that working?
So right now I am mainly in Virginia so far, but I have about 25 people in my downline.
Okay.
And so and part of that reason is, as we met before, I was more into my job initially when I started. Okay. And so actually in the last I would say probably 6 months or a year, then I've really been focused on working in my business.
Right.
And so so that I can do this completely full time. Right. And so and it's
that's exciting.
Yes, it is. It's a great opportunity to be able to do this.
Now you mentioned your job. So has that been a big conflict, trying to manipulate, well, maybe that's not the right word, but trying to manage working a full-time job, and even though you were doing this part-time, it sounds like you were doing this full-time. Sounds like you had 2 full-time jobs on that end.
In a sense, I do. It's no different than starting any other business. If you had a brick-and-mortar business, you're expected to work 12 or 14 hours a day.
Is that right?
Yeah,
well, Donna, what we're going to do, we're going to take a station break, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to catch up with what we're talking about now about the job thing. So don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Welcome to Skills to Pay the Bills. I am Jade Lou. Hi, my name is Sylvana, the greatest rock star ever.
Hi, I'm Chase Slade.
Hi, I'm Christian Slade, and I am the greatest baseball player of the 21st century. I earned so much money last year that I didn't know what to do with it. So I started watching Skills to Pay the Bills to know what to do with my money. Now my money is safe, and I have great interest coming in every day. So take my advice and watch Skills to Pay the Bills on Channel 10.
Thank you, and welcome back to Skills to Pay the Bills. Thank you for not touching that dial. And we're having at the table today, we have Donna Johnson Burks, who is Regional Marketing Director for First Financial Security, and we're talking about recruiting. So Donna, before the station break, you were about to tell us how challenging it is or is not to manage 2 full-time jobs. I mean, even though you said that the financial services was a part-time effort, it sounds to me like, you got 2 full-time jobs.
Well, it can be, because again, as being part training coordinator, as well as trying to build my business and then working my full-time job. But it's like anything, if you really have a desire to do something, then you just have to put the effort in to get to that goal. And with this you do. If I open my own business, then I would be expected to put in probably 14 to 15 hours, right, to try to keep
That's
that
right.
business running
That's right.
and keep
You
it
would.
working.
You would.
And so in a sense, this is no different to me because there will be a transition period. And I will be doing this full time because this is what I love to do and being able to help others.
Right.
Yes.
Well, Donna, I heard you say earlier about, you have several times a week you have training where the group comes in, a mass group comes in, and I'm assuming that group can be your team. If I had a team, my team, Shirley's team, I mean, everybody comes together in one mass.
Yes.
What about those people who need the one-on-one direct training? Is there opportunity for that?
Yes, there is opportunity for that because each of us as our own directors, we should be working with our teams. And so when I get a new agent, then I will sit down with, I sit down with them and we train, or matter of fact, like my Richmond team, I go to Richmond and then we do meetings and trainings down there. And it just so happens one of my agent came up and she spent the weekend with us. And so we've been training while she's been here this weekend. So she came to the office and trained as well as we've been doing training at home.
Oh, that's great.
So,
and I
yeah.
think I met that agent. Her name is Veronica.
Yes.
And she is actually here in the studio today.
Yes.
Learning a little bit about production. She's with our production manager, Sal. So hi, Veronica, and welcome to Falls Church, Virginia. The other thing that I wanted to say, Donna, do you make any differentiation between an agent who has experience that comes on board with you from the person that's just brand new and they've never done this before? That agent that comes on that does have experience, how do you work with that person?
Well, with that person, initially it's the same. We give them the introduction to the company and to the products that we sell because everything is different depending on where they came from. But they can move a little bit faster because they already have the license. They already understand all the basic concepts.
Right.
And so they can, but they still have a base shop field training program that they go through. Again, it's a little bit shorter, but they do that, and we're available to help them to understand the products and to be able to move on and to continue making money and succeeding.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Donna, can you walk me through, if you will, what it is like to become a new agent? What are the steps? Are you just going out and you get on the elevator and you see somebody that looks like they might be a good agent? Do you give them the, the elevator speech? Give them 2-minute elevator speech? Are you getting referrals? And, once you get that person, what is the process from the moment that, a decision is made that, you think this person would be good and they think that maybe they want to try this? What are the steps?
Well, the steps are that, first of all, we can accept anybody from any walk of life, 18 years and above. Doesn't matter if they've if they even know how to spell the word financial. Okay, then you need to know how to spell.
Right.
But we can help them to move out. The only requirement is that you cannot have a felony in this business because it's a position of trust, working with other people. But with that, they have to go through a background check based on the state. Now, each state is different. You have, like in this, let's take this for example, Virginia, Maryland, and DC. So with that case, let's take Virginia. Virginia is $58 to go take the exam. You'd want to start studying for your exam, but there is no pre-licensing course for Virginia, but there is for Maryland.
Right.
But you have to get a background check. You send that off. You take the exam, and then the background check comes back, and you send it into the state of Virginia. This is a very regulated, very highly regulated industry. So you have to, once you go through that, then you get appointed with the carriers with FFS. And once you get appointed with them, that means that you can now conduct business on their behalf because we're like a broker. And then once that happens, you get E&O insurance, which is like malpractice, for like a doctor's malpractice.
So it is highly regulated.
It is.
I mean,
it's very highly
these
regulated.
are professional licensing that can carry you, all the way through your career.
This is a profession. It is a solid profession. And with the E&O, you're allowed to then start selling the products. You start educating individuals.
So Donna, once licensed, is that license good for different segments of financial services, or is it just for life insurance or health, or
It's both. With First Financial, we specialize in index products. Okay, so we do all types of insurance, so life insurance, indexed annuities, which is not what your daddy used to have. These are the new products, so it's very exciting. But you can also get a license with health. Now, when you take your exam, you can do a life and health license, which will allow you to do the whole array of life insurance products, long-term care, annuities, and then you can also do health, but that's outside of First Financial.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
that's outside of First. Well, now some people may be saying, well, wow, that sounds really good, but you know, that test, I'm worried about that test. Most people don't really look favorable to having to take a test, and especially maybe if you've been out of college for a while. How difficult is that test, or is there helps around? Are there things that can help you
Yes.
pass that test?
Yes, the test again is like if you're in Maryland, you have that pre-licensing requirement, so you have to go to a course, and you can do the course online.
Yes.
That prepares you for the test. In Virginia, we don't have that, but there are courses that are still available. You can do online courses. You can go to a resident course for the weekend, and you can take that. But the test itself is not that hard. It's about repetition, and the goal is that once you start studying, you have to keep studying. The average is if you study 2 hours a night for a week or 2 weeks, then you should be able to pass the test. But the good thing is if you don't flunk, it's okay. There has been individuals on other teams. One, I think, was 14 times they took the test.
Wow.
To pass it.
What
And
diligence. They stuck, you mean they stuck with it?
they stuck with it, and that's what's important, is persistence and that motivation. Don't give up, because this is truly, as our chairman says, $1 million license.
Wow.
Yes.
And I think on one of the shows, Executive Field Chairman Shirley Liu indicated that someone had taken the test who was 70 years old. And they had studied for a couple of weeks, and they went in. I think this person was out of the state of California, and they passed that test. So that was really good. Now, when they passed the test, you've given us all the steps and all the things that they need to do. I remember when I used to be a mortgage professional, there was continuing education like nobody's business. Is there continuing education
Yes.
in this market as well?
There is. And it's based on your state, but we only have to do continuing education every 2 years.
Okay.
And so that is not bad. Again, what we'll do sometimes as a team, we arrange it for an instructor to come in to our office, and whoever needs to do it can do it that weekend. And you get it out of the way in one weekend. Or you can take online courses again to complete the continuing education. So it's not difficult at all.
It's not a big thing. It's something that is doable.
Yes,
it's
and
very doable.
It's helpful to learn, to branch out in other areas and learn some new things.
Donna, what about those folks that come on board and they say, well, I really would like to make a little extra income, but I really don't want to get into this recruiting thing. I just really don't want to work with a lot of different people. Are you forced to do recruiting?
No.
Are there ways that you can just say, okay, I just want to make a few $100s, I just want to do this on my own? Is that possible?
Yes, it is. And I want to strongly emphasize the business owner aspect here. You are truly the owner of your business. So if you choose that you just want to go out and educate consumers and American families, and you just want to help them and protecting their money, and you just want to write business, that's all you have to do. If you decide that you want a big team because you want that passive income, you want some additional income, then you can do that as well. It's really what you want to make it.
What would be your plug for recruiting versus just trying to do it by yourself?
Well, you only have so many hours a day.
Right.
And there are too many people to help out there. Example, we were at a event, and we had over 500 people at that particular event. So with that, myself, trying to reach everybody and get back in touch with everyone, that would take me a very long time to do it. Thank goodness I have my husband and my daughter and my other team. And if I need to, I could reach out across teams to bring in people to help with that. Because the goal is to help as many people as you can, as soon as you can. I don't want them having to wait 6 months down the road when the economy can crash again. So if you have a team, then first of all, you're going to be able to reach out to more people. Second of all, your income level is going to be higher.
Right. Donna, we are almost out of time, but I'm going to see if we can squeeze in. Most organizations like First Financial Security will have some type of system. is there a business development system that would help people? Because a lot of people coming on, they don't have a business plan. Many of them may not even know, have never done sales before. So is there something to kind of guide people so that they have a business development? Something that we can speak to? We have about 3 minutes left.
Okay. Yes, we have a business builder system, as they call it.
Okay.
So First Financial Security has already built the system for us. All we have to do is follow it, and
Wow.
we have to be coachable. You have to be able, you just repeat it, duplicate the system, and you will succeed. It's no problem. You just have to listen to the folks that have already been there before you. You know, we've all have tried, because we are always looking at new ways. There's always new things that are coming up, you know, and so so you may have already been out there in the trenches. You know what works, what doesn't work. You just have to be able to listen.
Donna, very quickly, maybe in 15 or 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, if you could just tell us what would be your advice to people that maybe they either don't have jobs or they need supplemental income. What would be your 1 or 2 pieces of advice to them about considering a career with First Financial Security?
I would say, first of all, that you definitely would want to look at this opportunity and don't be threatened about what you know or don't know. Everything, again, it could be a little bit overwhelming, but you need to first put yourself into a position where you have options. If you are in a job, then you are at somebody else's, it's at their discretion whether or not you continue working, and at the discretion of the economy. In this particular business, there are insurance producers that are making over 100K retired, and that's because of business they wrote previously,
Right.
not just business they're writing today. So this is a very good business, and it's nice to have a license in your pocket.
I know.
That if you get laid off, then you can say, that's okay, I can go
make
do
it.
this.
You can
Exactly.
feed your family.
Exactly.
Donna, it has been a pleasure. We met your family at another taping. It has been such a pleasure to have you. You're a wealth of information. And I just know that our viewing audience, they're going to be calling in and wanting to know, when is she coming back on again? So I just want to know if you are willing to come back and share with us, you know, again, on some of the things that you're doing, and to educate and inform us more about the wonderful products of First Financial Security. I'm interested myself in knowing more about the real secrets of money. Before we have to sign off, can you just tell us how our viewing audience can get in touch with you?
Yes. Again, you can reach me at my Google number, which is 571-488-1419, or you can email me at donnajohnson.ffs@gmail.com, and hopefully David won't get upset, because that's my old name.
Well, I thank you so much. It has been a wonderful experience having you here again. I mean, I'm just amazed at all of the things that you do. And I just thank you so much. And Donna, tell your family, give Christina and David my very best. And thank you, audience, for being such a wonderful audience. And we look forward to you at the next Real Secrets of Money. Bye-bye.